Okay. Well, Mr. Brown, um, this is one of those circumstances where we wouldn't have hoped to be here again.
Right.
To see another murder like this happen.
Right.
For you to be up here, what led you?
Well, definitely ever since 2014, I've been doing this. You know, we had went out there for Vonder Myers. You know, we just reach out to a lot of family members that lose like that. You know, through police brutality or community violence. You know, so the family's been traveling. You know, and reaching out. So this is not nothing I haven't been doing. It's just, I guess it's being broadcast a lot higher now to see what I'm doing. You know, so definitely had to come and stand in solidarity with the family. You know, I'm looking to meet them, working on a few things, but I'm here. And I'll be here for a while.
Good. And people got word of you coming, and I think it really, where we're standing now, I think people are starting to, I mean, if for no other reason than we've all been inside,
Yeah,
are seeing more up close and understanding a whole lot better, and people are more willing to have the uncomfortable conversations
right.
around
That's
the
a good
systems
thing.
in place.
That's a good thing because that was a scary conversation for a lot of people. A lot of people just didn't want to talk about it. But it's our reality.
Yes. What do you see when you look around this community right now?
I see a lot of pain, I see a lot of hurt, I see a lot of destruction. I still feel the energy. Felt the energy as soon as I hit ground zero. So, you know, that same feeling was just brought back up. You know, same feeling I felt when it happened to my son.
Did you go by 30th in Chicago?
No, I haven't been there yet.
I went there yesterday, and the feeling that you get there, it's something else. I mean, it's to know that, you know, a man was killed there, to
Yeah.
know that people were there, could have done something about it, either were too afraid to or were unwilling to, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, we're again at this situation where, you know, we have to just stand up and demand a little bit more.
Of course, of course. Quiet mouth don't get fed. But at the end of the day, we have to find a way to unify. Once we unify and we get our things in order, maybe we be more respected. You know, people look at us like we harming each other. So why should they care? And then when things like this happen, you see the aftermath. But those questions still come back up. You're still killing each other. You know, so if you wouldn't do that, probably we wouldn't end up in these situations. But those are just conversations, you know, because we're not the ones that are the judgment at the end. We just the ones that still have to take the pain when it happens. You know,
Yeah.
so
I mean, it's conversations are happening, but I think people are actually more wanting to demand some action. They want to see change. They want to see meaningful change.
Of
Not just
course.
we'll do better, but we want to see you know, how it can be
Of
done
course.
better.
And that goes with our elected officials, you know. They, you know, we get people in and they tell us what they're going to do, and then they fail us. You know, it's just all about people just stepping all out the box and being uncomfortable all over. You know, me and my family, we still get death threats. You know, hate mail. It comes with the territory. You know, I done got used to it now. You know, I know it's just a person behind a pen or it's a person behind a computer just having a little fun because they're not showing their face. You know, so it's just something that I have to have conversations with my other kids and let them know, you know, don't worry about it. You know, it's something that you're going to have to think about, but don't let it bother you. Daddy going to take care of this, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah. And man, what? it's like I got so many questions, you know, like thoughts
bet.
in my mind. You know,
I bet.
I don't want to like overload you with them, but it's, you know, we're looking at people who say that this is, I guess when I'm thinking more about people who want to be the allies in the situation, right? People who aren't black, who say, you know, how do I be better in supporting black Americans?
Or what can I do?
Yes.
Well, especially they are the ones that can have the conversation. I feel like they can get in different rooms than we can. Things can be talked about that we might get looked over when we bring them up. De-escalating police between civilians, I think they can stop those if they're in the front line. Or protecting the line. I wouldn't say front line, protecting the line. You know, and you know, everyone has to just find their place. You know, because I'm not saying it's just black people that's getting shot and killed and murdered in the street. It's white people too. They just don't talk about it. You know, you just don't hear about it. But everyone is affected by this. And like I say, people have to just find their own position, you know, and not overcrowd agendas that's already set, you know, because if we as people think that this will work, don't come in and invade it, you know, because it can be some different issues going on that doesn't need to even happen because we know you're here for support, you know, and it can be switched real quick. And that's what we don't need that, you know.
It's more looking at it as like a blueprint for how to fight for everything else rather than latch on and hit everything at once.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I think that people, want so much for justice, equality, equity, that it almost becomes I don't want to say overzealous, but it's to the point where it's like, you know, you want this, you want that, you want all of this at one time. And you can't address everything at the same time the same way. Yeah. But the conversations I'm seeing and the ideas I'm seeing around, you know, friends of mine you know, who are white, they're saying,
I have some
we
too.
understand that it's not enough just to be non-racist.
Right.
Like at this point, they understand that we have to be anti-racist. Like, stand up, call this stuff out, address it when you see it, and do something about it.
Have to.
Yeah.
Have to.
When you see this, and that is, you know, a mission people want to adopt and accept, maybe they don't know how to go about it. How would we tell them to do it?
Of course. Well, you definitely have to be with the people that's already been out there, you know, and people that's already been affected. Like I said, we don't have all the answers. But we're still working to, you know, do things in a better way. You know, so it's sad. It's just you don't want to call it a training process because we all should not even have to go through this to call it a training process to know how to feel afterwards. You know, it definitely don't come with a book. So we just have to go by early, go by the play, still have to go through the laws, see what the small little glitches is, see where they're going wrong at, what people are overlooking because it's in so much of a small print that it's sitting right there and they have to abide by those laws.
Yeah.
Y'all wrote it, we did, you know. So I'm just saying, you know, but it'd be real little fine print on a lot. It's just like an application, you know. If you're on really good, like I just need this. And you get hired, they ask you a question. You're like, man, I didn't see that. I wasn't ready. Because you didn't prepare yourself for it because you didn't go through proper procedures to know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and the more of the rallies and the marches that I've seen today and through the week, it is coming to a place where we're understanding that people are kind of painting with too broad a stroke, not really understanding the smaller bits, the nuances in these situations where you know, like Black Americans do not have all the answers.
Right.
Black Americans are not causing all the destruction.
Right.
There is a level of responsibility that does not fall on Black Americans, and I think at this point when we're talking about destruction in communities, we're missing that. And I'm not. How do we better shine a light on that?
Well, definitely, I'll just say this. When I see destruction like that, or anything burnt down or tore up, I leave that into the ancestors' hands. We all have pain in our blood that we actually don't really know what it is, but we feel some type of way about certain things, and that's because of our roots. So I can't question certain things. That's how some people have to react to get their feel out. So only thing I can say is just be safe. I be wanting people to be safe and try to conduct themselves in a manner where it's respected back. But for attention, that's how you get their attention. Some people say, well, you're not supposed to burn up certain things. It's not getting you nowhere. Well, I feel like marching ain't got me nowhere. So I tell people, don't call me for no march. I'm not marching. I'm not doing it. It didn't get me nowhere. So that comes back to what's the next solutions. And I'm still working on them mentally and trying to prepare for different things. So like I say, it's a process. It's nothing that you just come up with all of a sudden because of your heart been broken. You still got to kind of heal your heart because you're still feeling a certain type of pain. So when you're feeling that pain, it's hard to look through. So like I say, it was a scab on her with the things that happened in this city. It got ripped back off because I could understand and feel the pain of the mother and the father, in the family of what they're going through. Besides the protest, I'm talking about the inner,
I think we're getting into a series of questions now where it comes up again. How do we not come back to this place again? And that keeps coming up. Right? We won't have an answer to that one. Not as satisfactory. We also have the question of what is a better way for us to, as a whole, process, deal, demand, and get through all of this in a way that leaves us better than we were found before.
Right.
And I think it's important that we're asking these questions.
Because if we're not having those conversations, people think that we don't care.
Yeah.
You got to have these conversations. And with people that don't understand. Because from my knowledge and what I've seen and where I'm from, our white allies that I know, they understand. You just have ignorant people out here in this world, And that's something they can be on both sides. But when it all comes down to us uniting and getting things done, people get it. They find their position, they know what they need to do, and they come in and help to push it, It's just all about not stepping on everybody's toes, because you got leaders, you got people that understand what to do, how to do it. Just can't have people bumping heads when you're trying to achieve something that's going to help us all in the end.
Yes, the leadership. I think we're seeing the leaders rise now. We're seeing more people willing to step up and lead the way on these things. I mean, like I said, even downtown, we've got former athletes, pro athletes, born raised here, who are leading the way in saying this is how we want to portray ourselves. This is how we want to say enough is enough. I mean, community people who like they, I've seen guys who organize stuff in nightclub scene. I've seen guys who obviously known for their athletics. They're putting all this aside and saying, this is my community. Right. This is our community. We can't see any more of this.
Right.
When it comes to developing those leadership skills in this way, what have you learned?
I'm still processing. You know, I hear it all the time. You are a leader. You are a leader. And I get that because it's something that people see in me, and it's some hope. You know, just like we just might be able to reopen my son's case. You know, I'm supposed to be sitting back down with the prosecutor, but I don't want to get off into that. But yeah, it has to be someone that stick their foot out. You know, because you got a lot of rah-rah and people that talk. But when you making moves and doing different things, you know, people understand. You know, they kind of get it. You know, all right, he's trying. Now let's push behind him and see what his agenda is, or see if he needs some help in these little areas. He might not know, you know. So it's just all about people just coming together in the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to that, it's not being afraid to put your neck out.
Put your neck out there. Mm-hmm. See, I got eight other children and a grandbaby. I don't have time to feel. I got to live for them, you know. So I have to make sure whatever I do, it has to be in the right order for their safety. I can go out here and just say, forget mine, but I still have to worry about them, you know. So.
And I know you're going to talk to the family later on. You don't have to give me all of what you want to talk about with them, but what kind of support would you offer them?
Well, definitely the reason of even being here is just to support the community and the family. Just small words of encouragement. Just like when things happened with Mike, I had Ryan Davis came in town, which is Jordan Davis's father from Loud Music, Florida. Had Uncle Bobby come in town, which is Oscar Grant's uncle from Oakland, California, from the Fruitville station or incident. But these guys came in, and Trayvon Martin's father, Tracy. These guys came in and gave me they gave me some love, you know, on conversation on how to feel, you know, scream, let it out. Need somebody to talk to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Phone still work, call us. You know, just being like big brothers, you know, because like they told me, it's a fraternity that nobody want to be in, you know, and we're in that fraternity. So just being a support for the family, you know, because it was passed on to me to know how to just get out here and just talk to people that's hurting, you know, that feel the same pain that I feel, you know, and that's my job. That's what I have to do. That's why I'm here.
What else is on your mind?
It's a lot on my mind, you know. Just knowing that these things are still happening. Mike's birthday was just May 20th. Had to go to the grave. These things happening. His anniversary is coming back around in August. You know, it becomes a lot. You know, and a lot of people think that I'm okay, but that's how I come off, as okay. But I am half dead in the inside from the pain. You know, so I just want people to know that I'm trying my best to take care of myself. I keep positive people around me, and just want to stay on the encouraging part of my life, you know, to pass on and to help other families. That's just my job, you know. So, because a lot of people always ask me how I'm doing, and I lie sometimes. I'm all right. I'm not, you know. So, but I'm here for other families. I guess that was my job. My mother always told me I was going to be a preacher or a speaker. I laughed. The situation got thrown in my lap. I got no choice. So now I got to talk to people like you, him, other folks. so I was always a quiet, personal person. So now I have to talk. So it's a journey. But yeah, I just here to just support the family, man, and hopefully the time I'm being here, I get a chance to meet them and sit down with them and hug them, kiss them on the jaw, and just let them know I'm here for them, and I know they feel it. I know they pain because I felt it before, and that's it.
Appreciate it.
No problem.